Good morning and welcome to Friday, my friends. What a crazy week. Hoping my audio is working better. Last week was a bit crazy for the audio. I won't lie. Think I might have figured it out. Crossing fingers, things work out better this week than last. Well, welcome to March, right? We're looking in this reading for the first week, full week of March. So the 6th through the 12th, I believe. Check calendar. Yes, 6th through the 12th. Which it's crazy to think that next weekend we're pretty much into the middle of the week or a month already. It's amazing how time flies, yet at the same time seems to sometimes just drag. So this week, I do apologize. I'm still having throat issues from COVID that I had last month around this time. I know, right? So in this reading for this week, I'm using one of my favorite combinations, Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle. I love the imagery. I also really enjoy how it's direct but not blunt. Yes, sometimes bluntness is good, but sometimes bluntness is just too hard to take in. Now, like always, I do have these decks linked below. They're fantastic decks. I truly enjoy Elizabeth Alba. She's the illustrator of this deck. Oh, actually, both decks. And she's coming out with some more next, well, I hope this year, maybe next year. I don't know. I'm really excited about it, though. Okay, so let's get into this week. What does the week of March 6th through the 12th bring, my friends? Now, it's kind of crazy that we're in March and we be wrapping up into the 12th. And then also, this is also another fun fact, March 13th for me and many parents in my province was the last day of school. And it happened to be, yes, a Friday the 13th before COVID broke out in 2020. So for some of us, literally, we're hitting the 2-year mark soon. Good week, though. Peace, or meditation for peace and serenity. We need to calm the heck down. Water is going to be a very important element for you this week. Do you need to meditate? Yes and no. I know many of us are really not meditators. Like if you said to me, hey, go sit in a room and think of Om in your breath for a half hour, an hour, I would go squirrely. It's not my thing. Do I lead people through guided meditations? Absolutely. My channel's full of them. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I have 3 meditative playlists. I have a mindfulness playlist. I have, I think now, 3 healing playlists as well. So lots of supports here. So a guided meditation works in some cases better than just sitting in a room and going, oh, not my thing. That said, we can get ourselves into meditative state, breathing deeply and relaxing. Can we do that? Sure. We do that in the bath all the time. Right? I said water is going to be important. If your schedule is hairy, scary bananas, you don't have to add anything extra. We don't want to add more to what we're doing. We need to be more effective. If you meditate, fantastic. Enjoy, use this week to your advantage. If you're like me and meditation is a challenge, pull yourself into meditative state when you are showering. How? Breathe deeply. The core to meditation is breathing. You're breathing in and exhaling out in balanced, long segments. You want deep breaths. It helps. The water will help. You're also able to, this will help as well. As you can see, he's kind of doing the lotus position underwater. I don't suggest that. That might, well, you might need air, right? You could use the bathtub in the same way. You could put on some gentle music, have some warm water, and relax and breathe. Core to meditation. Important things you need to remember. This is for you. So if you know meditating doesn't help you, please don't push yourself on it. It's totally not going to work. However, if you use the same elements and are able to get to that calm, where you're able to just bring down your heart rate, your blood pressure, and you're able to start to connect into here. And many of us do that in the shower because we're not hyper focusing in on the problems or the challenges, because when we're doing that in the bath, we're just kind of, the water is washing it away. We're able to calm the brain. Use what's going to work best for you. Now, for my friends who are meditators, can you use water to your advantage? Absolutely. Try doing a guided meditation in the bath. Except if you fall asleep during meditation, do not do that. Or if you know that that's something that is common, sit in like the lotus position in the bathtub. Same thing. You can do that and still you're kind of amplifying it. Other ways that you can amplify meditation: intention. So I want to meditate. I want to clear my mind. I want to feel better. I want to feel stronger. I'm looking for peace. Let's be honest, it's not happening on the global scale. So individually, it's kind of important. You can also use something like this. Clear quartz. It does not need to be in point form. Clear quartz is probably one of the easiest crystals to find. It's an amplifier, a natural amplifier. You can hold it in your hand while you're meditating. If you're going to be holding things, I do recommend the polished, just because raw crystals can be pokey and can hurt the skin. Okay. Do they change much? Not really. I don't find a difference because I'm a healer and I have people touching crystals all the time. I prefer the smooth, but that's just personal preference. So clear quartz can also amplify your intentions, your energy work, and that kind of stuff. So it can help out with meditation. Do you have to hold it? No, it can be beside you, around you. It's still going to amplify it. So that peace, that serenity, that calm is going to support you so much this week. Let's get into this week. Let's see how and why it's going to support you. What can my friends expect in the beginning of the week? Now, out of everything that happens in a month, full moons, new moons, eclipses, retrogrades, there's not a lot going on that's going to impact you overtly. We had the new moon last Wednesday. Tuesday, interestingly enough, is International Women's Day. So again, we're going to have kind of an inflation of divine feminine. Now, no matter what gender you identify with, we have masculine and feminine within us. That divine energy, it's the yin and yang. And yes, there is a lot of controversy about how they do blend. So we do get that kind of neutral energy. Okay, that said, on Tuesday, because you're going to have a large group of people, men, women, children, identifying and acknowledging International Women's Day, you're going to feel that divine feminine rise because we are giving attention to it. We're calling it down. The same thing happens on International Men's Day, which is in the fall. We have an escalation of divine masculine. So on Tuesday, you're going to feel that energy rise. So And if you're not as empathic and you can't feel it, don't worry. It's still there. Okay. Just like anything else, we don't always feel the moon. Some of us can. Some of us can't. Doesn't matter. We know it's still there. Know that that will be there. I'm going to help you guys out on Tuesday. I will be publishing healing for the Divine Feminine. I know I just did the new moon healing last Tuesday. It's interesting in my mind that we had the new moon followed almost a week apart to International Women's Day. It says a lot in that divine timing. Will I bring out one in the fall for the men? Absolutely. So balance is important to me. But know that that's coming out, and that's something that you can use to your advantage to work on that balance, that calm, that serenity. The beginning of the week, we start out with the Knight of Cups. I love how this very charismatic kind of chivalrous Lancelot style witch has his cup with bubbles of hearts. I like the bubbles of hearts. We need that nurturing and caring for self. That knight energy, that adolescent energy of, no, I'm not going to back down. Just go big or go home. Because this is the time when everything's going on that we don't feel like we're able to take care of ourselves. That's why we have that grounded, meditative, peaceful, serenity energy overcasting this week. It's going to be important that you do take that time for you. No matter what challenges you're facing, because we all are facing them, it is important that we do take that time, and a little bit goes a long way to help ground ourselves, help center ourselves, help bring in that calm. When we do that, the challenges, those burdens, they're easier to overcome. Why? We are using both parts of our brain, so both hemispheres of our brain. We're calming the inner self, so our blood pressure drops down. We are able to take full deep breaths, so our system is flowing well, and we're opening ourselves up to that intuitive energy, that intuitive knowledge. Because, like I said, we need those bubbles. We need that aha and guidance. Not to mention, guys, we need that fun. Because we can easily become overwhelmed, burdened, burnt out, and feel just blah when we're not taking care of self. Can you get sick in a high vibrational state? Absolutely. I did. I had COVID. I thank my kids that they share, right? However, you're able to overcome it a lot faster if you are able to take that time for self. Give yourself that fun, that play, that breath. It's going to help overcome any and all challenges that you're going to face. So, the beginning of the week, especially on Sunday, as many of us have that day off, taking a little bit of extra time, not looking at a lot, do some meditation, do some stuff for you. And if meditation really isn't your thing, you can set the intention when you're showering that you want to just calm, take those deep, very restorative inhales while you're showering. And if you are feeling really spinny and things are really out of control, recommendation for that, when you go in or before you go up to get your shower ready, go into your kitchen, get a pot of cinnamon, or if it's in the morning and you're having your coffee, when you're brewing your coffee, you put your grounds in or whatever, add a little bit of cinnamon, ground cinnamon to it. It'll add a root, kind of earthy scent or like earthy flavor to it. You can do the same with nutmeg. Any earthy, groundy spice will really help. And you can make a mixture. Let yourself flow. If you put that in the shower area with you, you don't have to take it in the shower, but just put the pot of cinnamon or the coffee with cinnamon in it on the side and let the steam really amplify that flavor, that scent, you're going to find yourself grounding a lot faster. It's important that we use layers of support and many tools right now. One grouping of tools or one theory of tools is not going to help. The more we start to pick the different fruits of the world, the better we're going to be, the stronger we're going to be. So using things like aromatherapy to your advantage. And it does not have to be strong, guys. If you've got a sensitive sniffer, don't go strong. A little goes a long way. You can use essential oils and do the same thing. You can have a bubble bath and add that added scent to it. Do be mindful, and this is a warning. Please do not add essential oils straight to your bath. Oil and water, what happens? Oil will pool into little beads. And especially if you have sensitive skin, you can break out in a rash or almost like a burn. Use a carrier oil. And we mostly have carrier oils even in our kitchen. Things like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil. You probably want the fractionated one, not the one that looks like butter, because you will end up with floaties in your tub. But you get my drift. You need a carrier oil with it. Crystals, like I said, you can use those to help. I'm not a big proponent of putting crystals in water. I know there are many of them that can go into water. However, there are many that can't. Something like, this is a selenite ball, would dissolve and can splinter and flake. And then you can end up with shards in your skin. Some crystals can become toxic. You don't need it in the water. You can put it in the bathroom. They've got a good radius. You don't need them in with you. So use your tools. There's a lot of them. It'll help you move yourself forward in a way that's meaningful for you. I'm not going to give you tools that are not going to be meaningful, because it's not going to be meaningful. I'll give you lots of opportunities, lots of different ideas. I have lots of supports on my channel because everybody is different. That's what makes us so fantastic. All right. So the beginning of the week, we really want to set ourselves up, well, for success this week, taking that time. Let's look at the middle of the week. What does the middle of the week bring, my patron or my friends? So, like I said, on Tuesday, I will be publishing that healing for you guys. And that will be another tool that you can add in to what we're already talking about. Is the middle of the week. The middle of the week is not going to be as fun as we had hoped. This is where the peace and serenity is going to be needed. This is the 5 of Wands. That conflict, that struggle is going to carry over. So know that things on a global scale, a community scale, and an individual scale are going to be heightened. And that we're going to need to be very mindful of how we go about the middle of our week. Because if we get into a victim mentality of woe is me, it will amplify this. This is when we need to really connect into those tools the most. So I have a whole playlist that's called Short and Sweet. All the meditations are under 10 minutes. I think I'd say 5 to 10 minutes is what they are. What I want you to do, use that to your advantage. We know meditation is going to be something that's going to be supportive for you, an added tool. Well, this is a 5 to 10 minute meditation that all you need is 5 to 10 minutes and a space to breathe. If it means that you're going to the toilet for 5 to 10 minutes to breathe, do it. Do what you need to do so that you stay in that high vibration, using the night's energy of get up and go, no fear, this is not going to hold me back. high vibrational energy. It will override this. It will help you to create solutions that is going to be meaningful and high vibrational for you. Okay? We cannot fix the global scale. However, the more of us who are working on a high vibrational level, who are able to use our critical thinking skills, which means that we can process, think things through, and problem solve. Not meaning that we're overcritical. This is critical thinking. This is using this frontal cortex up here to our advantage. We're using our creativity. We're using our knowledge base to really suss out and really add in that amplification of our high vibrational collective knowledge to our advantage. Okay? The more of us who are doing that, it does really minimize this. Unfortunately, it's going to be there. The Knight of Wands. Cousin to the cups. The wands, we're looking at that solar plexus, no backing down, inner fire grr energy. That should really be on a card somewhere, I think. Again, it amplifies that need to not use that heart center to guide us, because it's going to be full of fear and it's going to be full of pain. We need to stay up here. Okay. When we do that, we are able to, again, problem solve. Most importantly, use our creativity. We have the yin and yang of creativity here. Actually, interestingly enough, on the masculine, knights are also known as the suns. So that masculine-ish energy. Okay. So we've got the intuitive creativity, and we have that passion-based creativity. Intuitive creativity helps us to connect into the divine using our third eye here to get some aha, help us express us on a very high vibrational level. The passion, that's all about that sacral and solar plexus, woo, yeah, energy. Okay. We can create a solution that's going to help us really just kind of overcome that conflict, that five of wands, because this is going to hit, and it's going to hit home hard. We need this. Now, knights, they're the 12th card in the major arcana. When we have that multiple 12, angels are telling us that we are on the right track. We need to calm our mind so that we can use our intuition to our advantage. So, don't back down. We don't want to be aggressive. We want to be persistent. We want to be true to ourselves and our value set. Sometimes we get really caught up in just needing to be right. It's not about being right. It's about pushing ourselves forward. All right, let's go on to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring, my friends? The Knight of Swords. That go big or go home energy persists throughout the week. We need to, and this is very clear at the end of the week, we need to be up here. This is about taking our creativity on all dimensions and all levels and really pushing with our mind, not our heart. Of course, this is going to kind of cascade because challenges and conflict, it's not usually just one erupt center. It will flow over to the end of the week. And you're going to need that knowledge functioning from here, not here, because this will lead you away from kind of cycling back to this, which we like to do, especially when we're led with our heart center. Our heart center, pain and fear. Right back to the challenge. We kind of just keep looping. And that's when you start to feel like you're kind of stuck and stagnant. Everything's just swirling around you. Stopping, taking that breath, and using up here. If you're finding that things are getting too overwhelming and really starting to swirl really, really fast, that is when I want you to meditate or ground right then and there. I've got grounding meditations. All my meditations have grounding components at the end, even if they're not a grounding meditation. You can support yourself by doing a grounding meditation. Even the 5-minute grounding meditation I have will support you in feeling grounded. And then you can use something like this. This is tiger iron. Carrying that with you will help you to amplify and kind of maintain a grounded state longer because you're amplifying it. If you do not have tiger iron, it can be hard to find. This is black onyx, any black or red crystal. If you even have a birthstone that's red, garnet, ruby, whatever, you can use that. Just set those intentions. Ask that crystal or gemstone to support you. Many people will wear different rings or have different rings or earrings or whatever. Just put them in your hand and ask them for that help. Put them on. Setting that intention and asking for the help that you need will go a long way. But that grounded energy will really help. One of my favorite pages, the Page of Cups. This one is epic. I am so sad that they did not put the fish in the cup. Yes, he is creating, and yes, he's having a great time. But the cup page is known for that fish in the cup. Pamela Coleman Smith drew this really flamboyant, if you will, man for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why she didn't draw children, but she drew a man in this lotus flower tunic. He's got this really wild fishy hat, and he's got his tights on and his boots, and he's looking all sorts of trendy. He's holding a cup with his fish, and he's looking at the fish going, "That's my fish." Yeah, there's a fish in a cup. So that's why it's one of my favorite pages. I just think it is fantastic. This page reminds us, A, we don't want to get too caught up in being too adulty. We want that fun and play. We want time for the messy fun. We want time to, again, get into that creativity. Now, it does not mean your creativity has to be painting or arts and crafts. I have clients whose creativity is in computer programming, or I've got architectural clients they like the technical drawing. That's okay. Whatever it looks like. If it's clicking away on your computer or getting your drafting stuff up, whatever expresses that inner self, makes you feel good, and you start to have fun. I know, crazy, right? You start to shift your energy, which shifts what's happening around you. When we start to take that time for self, we start to improve ourselves through fun, through play, through nurturing, through just being nice to self. We start to raise our vibration. We feel stronger energetically, physically, and emotionally. And those are important key elements because over the last 2 years, our mental health has started to wobble. Like I had warned you guys, the winter, really challenging. So we want to start to alleviate some of the challenges of our mental health. I can tell you that the world's situation is not going to quickly disappear or alleviate anytime soon. That said, we've been having global issues for over 2 years. So that's not anything new. We have to start to take care of ourselves on an individual level so that we can start to make a difference in that exterior world as well. Like I said earlier, this is the page with the cup, which also encourages you to be flexible and creative in our thoughts, beliefs, and value sets. Reflecting into them, taking some time to see what is really challenging you, what is bringing this on, and how you can release it using our knowledge and our creativity to make something more meaningful. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, we don't need one small box of tools. The same is said when we're looking at values, emotions, thoughts, feelings. We want it to be more global. We want it to be more of our own. And many of us are carrying values that are like prehistoric great grandparents that have been passed down. Are they effective for you? Or are they challenging you in a bad way? Take some time to reflect on it. We need that flexibility, that creativity, that kind of no fear attitude to challenge some stuff that's kind of sitting in the core of us that's causing us problems. Finally, the Eight of Pentacles. That groundedness, super important. We've got the pentacle coming in. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Eights are all about that precision, that attention to detail. Reinforcing the fact that, yeah, during the end of the week, none of us like it, but let's look at ourselves, our values, our emotions, our mental health. Take on some of the stuff that you know you've been avoiding. It's time to look at it. And look at it through here, not here. We need to use our head. Look at it like you're looking at, say, a foreign person, someone you don't know. Try and understand them on a very deeper level. If we take that step back, that back stance, we're going to be able to really assess what's happening, what's working, and where we're challenged. That detail will be important. So to recap, we're going to start off by building ourselves up, because the middle of the week is going to bring on added challenges. Things are going to come to a head. You're going to find that you're back at the kind of the base of a rapids of a pattern that keeps coming forward. You just keep coming through it. It just keeps hitting you in the head. The end of the week, what we want to do, we want to start to really look at that pattern. Use our creativity, our knowledge to start to break it. Throughout our entire week, that care of self, that inner grr, that inner night that we all have, our willpower and drive need to be high, because we are going to be tackling some pretty important things. Yes, we started out with that serenity and that peace. How we're going to get to that and really be able to embrace it is by tackling some harder inner issues, stuff that keeps swirling back. And we know this pattern because it's not the first time we've been down this set of rapids. We need to learn from it, and we need to shift out of it, because we will keep coming to the same end set because we keep following the same river downwards. Okay. Let's look at what further supports and information we can share with my friends so that they can overcome the challenges and embrace the opportunities that this week holds for them. Give love. It is going to be important we stay high vibrational and that we don't give up on self and loving self. This is going to challenge us, especially here. If we stop nurturing and loving ourselves, you're going to see that this cauldron is going to bubble all over your weekend, all over the rest of the week and into next week, causing even more heartache, pain, and challenge. For those of you who have had COVID, you will understand when I say, even a month into it, I have pretty much gotten all the symptoms out, except my throat goes when I've been talking for a long time. So I apologize. When we stop loving us, we cause ourselves more problems. That serenity, that peace within is going to be so important. Love it. Reaffirming what I said when I pulled that first card, water magic. You don't have to be a witch. You don't have to be pagan. You just need water. Like I said, showers, baths, really important. Set some intentions before you go. Probably wouldn't hurt this week to increase the amount of water you are drinking throughout the day so that you are clearing your body of built up energies and toxins. Because anytime we're dealing with a challenge, that toxic energy gets into everything. If you're a Reiki master, my suggestion to Reiki your water, your food, your everything, especially as the middle of the week hits. Hibernation and, regeneration. The unfortunately on my set of cards, something happened in the printing, so this header isn't as clear as I want it to be. It's okay. Taking time for you. We don't want to necessarily hibernate too much. We have some important stuff we need to get done. So we do need to kind of give ourselves that time and space to do it. Some of us may actually need to hibernate in a way so that we have time, energy, and are able to give ourselves permission and intention to do what we want to do what we need to do. So taking that time, grounding self, because she's in a little like burrow almost, little cave. Crystals, just saying, can help. Awesome tool. But that care of self, that rejuvenation is going to really help us out. Such a fun card. Follow your dreams. Please remember, as we are starting to reflect into the challenges, those core values, our feelings, our thoughts that are causing this, we need to shift our hopes and dreams. There have been other times where we've been like, okay, I need to really check into where I'm at, make some changes for me, which is fantastic. We can't forget to look at shifting those hopes and dreams as well, because a lot of times those hopes and dreams are based in this. They might need to be tweaked or shifted a little bit. Then, once tweaked and shifted, keep going. Absolutely. Give in to passion, that creativity, that song. The minute we are working in our passion set, no matter what it is, we really do raise our vibration. We feel good, we feel stronger. And that's exactly what this card is talking about. As you can see, she's playing the violin and she's got this music, and there's lots of music notes about the melody that she's playing, and there's little butterflies. Anytime you see butterflies or birds in tarot or oracle, you're looking at that connection to the high vibration. Really reaffirming when we start to do that creative element, really getting into it and enjoying ourselves. And she is just she's just owning it, right? That is when we start to get those ahas. We see clearer and we get a bigger and better picture. not the big picture. We won't get that until we're in the high vibrational, energetical self again. We will get a better picture. So this week is really about getting a clearer and better understanding of you and how this pattern keeps coming up and how you can make some changes for your greater good. I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope that this week brings you the shifts that you're looking for. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, there's lots coming your way. I've got lots of different healings and meditations and more is coming forward. I've got lots more readings coming forward as well, so that guidance. You don't want to miss any of it. So the best way to stay connected, of course, is through subscribing and hitting that red bell so you don't miss any of the videos. And a lot of my readings are done live so that you can ask questions in real time. And if you're not able to make it live, you can watch it back and still ask questions in your time in the comments section. I get back to anybody who asks me questions. So I want to thank you and please enjoy your week. Until tomorrow, my friends.